When it comes to sports in Lorain, your station to watch is TV 20, Lorain City Schools Television.
And welcome back. Our 8th grade basketball game set to get underway. Whittier and Longfellow, and Whittier in the red, Longfellow in the white. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Longfellow basketball. Or Whittier's, I should say. Whittier basketball. Michael Davila with it. Brandon Davis, A.J. Craighead, Michael Davila, Anthony Fears, and Jason Rodriguez, the starting 5 for Whittier. We'll get you the 5 out there for Longfellow in just a second. There's a foul line jumper. It's up and in by Anthony Fears. And quickly, Whittier's out in front 2-0. Andrew Kovacs with the basketball. Gets it ahead. The pass goes out of bounds. It's Kovacs, Giovanni Santiago, Jerome Golson. We have Paul Uhas. And the 5th starter will be Quentin Casey. So Kovacs, Uhas, Golson, Casey, and Santiago are the 5 out there for Longfellow to begin the ball game. On the drive is A.J. Craighead. He'll pull it back out. Cross-court pass. Three-pointer is up, and that's an air ball long by Michael Davila. Longfellow to inbound. Santiago has it. Bounce pass ahead. On the left wing, there goes a high arcing shot, no good from Jerome Golson, and it will be out of bounds and Longfellow to inbound. And they get a violation as handed the ball off to Santiago, but he was inbound, so that's a turnover, and Whittier's basketball. A.J. Craighead with the basketball, got it inside. He'll get it back. 4:50 to go in the first quarter. On the run, throwing it up as Davila, no good, and he'll be at the line for 2 as he was fouled. As I try to finish my lineups here, had about 30 seconds between the 2 games. Just wasn't enough time to get everything done. Free throw up and in for Davila, his first point, and his team leads at 3-0. Second free throw is good as well. So it's 4-0 here in the early going. Whittier out in front of Longfellow. Santiago clears the press. They get it ahead to Golson, and the pass goes out of bounds. Whittier will get the turnover. Special thanks to Ron Bacalar, who is doing some film work, and he might do a little bit of color commentary here this afternoon as well. Appreciate him filling in for Joe Bach, who had to take off and go to the Admiral King girls game. Never a dull moment for you guys at WLCS TV. You guys you work hard.
It's a labor of love, Rob.
Yeah, I've heard that more than once. Craighead with the jumper, no good. You know, radio's kind of like that too. Pass goes inside and it will go out of bounds. They tried to get the ball to Brandon Davis that time. They get the inbound to Davila, but he traveled with the ball. You can tell a difference between the 7th and 8th graders. We had a 7th grade game just a little earlier, and you can just see the difference in 1 year. These guys bigger, stronger, faster. Skill level better as well. And there's Santiago driving to the basket. Laid it up and in. And he gets his Longfellow team on the board 4-2. As we have a pretty raucous crowd here at Longfellow Middle School. Davila put the shot up, no, and he double dribbled. Davila thought he was fouled, but he didn't see the call. Double dribble against him, and it will be Longfellow to inbound. With 3:48 to go in the first quarter, we have a substitution for Longfellow. Coming into the ball game is Denzel West. Santiago with a pass. Gets knocked away, and now it gets ahead to Jerome Golson. Golson then lost it out of bounds, and it will be Whittier basketball. Down 4-2. with the ball is A.J. Craighead. Craighead got it back from his teammate. Nice pass and went off the hands of a teammate, and the shot goes up, no good. On that shot, it was Anthony Fears. Now Santiago has it left wing to Kovacs. The jumper from the foul line is no good, off the rim and out of bounds to Whittier. For Whittier, Brandon Davis, his favorite athlete, Carmelo Anthony. For Christian Nogueras, his is Kevin Durant. A.J. Craighead likes Brandon Roy. Andre Washington, he has Michael Jordan and Ray Allen both listed. For Michael Davila, he's a big fan of Allen Iverson. Whittier basketball, pass from Craighead, a little too much mustard on it, and it's a turnover. And then Longfellow will throw it away, as in they try to get it to Colin Bryant into the game for the first time. We're going to have a timeout with 2:53 to go in the first quarter. Ron, how's that camera going?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Rob. I'm accustomed to running a camera for graduation ceremonies.
Yes.
This is a lot different. More movement, more action, but we'll get it down to a science before all is said and done.
If Joe Bach can do it, obviously you can do it.
But how many years has he been doing it? That's it. And as you pointed out during the 7th grade game, the man just is involved in sports beyond belief. He has brought more to WLCS TV 20 than anyone ever dreamed would be possible someday. And you're now part of it.
Well, we have fun. We're glad to be along for the ride. It's very much a pleasure to do, especially at this level. We don't always get to see the junior high or the middle schools, and definitely a pleasure to be here this afternoon. These will be the future stars of Southview and Admiral King High School. So it's nice to see them at this level. In the backcourt, they're going to get it ahead to Craighead. Craighead with a bounce pass. Back outside to Michael Davila. Around the perimeter they work it. That's Brandon Davis. Looks like a zone defense for Longfellow, and the jumper is up off the rim by Davila, and the rebound is cleared ahead by Denzel West. He'll get it to Santiago, pass on the right wing for Kovacs. Kovacs inside, the shot goes up, no good by Golson. And we have a push in the backcourt and a foul. Again, our two officials today, same guys that did the 7th grade, David Zabo and Raymond Baraga. Whittier breaks the press. Nice bounce pass inside. Shot goes up and in. And for Whittier, making that is Jason Rodriguez. Jason with his first 2 points makes it 6-2. Santiago on the drive, scooped it up at the basket, put it in. With Giovanni Santiago, he's fun to watch. 6-4. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. And we will have Longfellow to inbound after the steal. Santiago got it inside. Shot goes up, no good. On the rebound is Denzel West. Back up, nobody was fouled. So Denzel West will go to the line for 2. Denzel says his favorite athlete is Randy Moss, and he would like to attend North Carolina University. Denzel's favorite subject in school is science. So Denzel West, 8th grader for the Longfellow Longhorns at the free throw line. First one up, a little bit long. His team trails 6-4 with a minute 40 to go in the first quarter. And we have checking into the ball game for Longfellow, David Cato, as well as Reggie Williams. Denzel West, see if he can split the pair. He missed both of them, and the rebound is saved from going out of bounds by the Whittier 8th grade. Long outlet pass to Craighead. Craighead is going to be fouled from behind hard by Denzel West, and Craighead will go to the line for 2. So it is A.J. Craighead looking for his first points as he was sent to the free throw line by Denzel West. Craighead's free throw is up and in. Good form by A.J. on that free throw toss. And we have a substitution. It looks like we're going to get a timeout as well as Vaughn Jones, the 8th grade coach for Longfellow, takes a timeout. Again, stay tuned to WLCS TV 20 all through the tournament trail. You know, Joe Bach and his gang will have Southview and Admiral King basketball, boys and girls tournaments. And those tournament games begin this Saturday as Southview will take on Worcester in girls basketball. The Division I tournament begins this Saturday, February 9th at Medina. Should Southview win, then they would get the number 1 seed, the Elyria Lady Pioneers, in a second round game on February 13th. And the Admiral King girls, they'll get underway. Their first tournament game will be February 14th at 7:45 p.m. The number 2 seed Lady Admirals will take on either Westlake or North Ridgeville. And we'll have that game on AM 930 WEOL on the radio, as well as Joe Bach will have it on WLCS TV 20. Hard to believe tournament basketball is right around the corner.
It came very fast.
Well, it did, and then we had
somebody apparently is tossing things from the stands out onto the floor. And we have one of the Longfellow administrators making it perfectly clear that this will not be tolerated.
Well, good job by official Raymond Baraga. The last thing you want is somebody getting hurt.
Amen.
Second free throw is up, no good. The rebound up, no. Good rebound effort, though, by Anthony Fears. Fears got it back, put it up and in. Well, at first you don't succeed. Try again, and here's a steal. 9-4. Davila traveled on his way to the basket. So 1:18 to go in the first quarter. 9-4. Whittier out in front of Longfellow's 8th grade. And inbounding will be Colin Bryant. As he looks, needs some help, finds Reggie Williams. Williams in the backcourt, cross-court pass, Giovanni Santiago. Santiago got the ball ahead, the shot goes up, no good. Missing the shot was David Cato, and then Cato got the rebound, and we're gonna get a foul on that rebound. But again, Raymond Baraga and David Zabel, the 2 officials today, doing a good job. .109 to go in the first quarter. Santiago on the inbound. Gets it to Colin Bryant, and Bryant will set the offense. As we go under a minute to play in quarter number 1 of our 8th grade basketball game. Bryant, pass on the left side. With it is David Cato. Cato in the corner to Santiago. Santiago claps for the ball, and he gets the pass. Man-to-man defense for Whittier, and they're playing very well. With it is Bryant, top of the key. They just can't get a shot off here. Pass to Santiago on the right wing, in the corner. 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Cato back outside for Colin Bryant, threw it too far. Bryant saved it from going out of bounds, but the ball will go to A.J. Craighead. Nice pass to Davila. Davila missed the layup. And on the rebound, Davila is going to get called for the foul. As for Longfellow, Reggie Williams had that rebound with 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. Good crowd here at the Longfellow Middle School. As in our 7th grade game, it was Whittier defeating Longfellow. Now we are in the 8th grade game. Santiago with a bounce pass in the backcourt. Get it to Colin Bryant. Bryant trying to get away from the press. Intercepted by Davila. Davila laid it up in, and he's fouled. So Davila at the line with 4. He'll look for 5. And it stops the clock with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter.
We were here a week ago to do the Longfellow and General Johnny Wilson Middle School 7th and 8th grade games, and as you pointed out, Rob, very impressed with the number of people that showed up to watch these youngsters play.
Yeah, I'm surprised. So it's real good to see that. Davila makes the 3-point play. It's 12-4, and that will do it after one quarter. So the Whittier 8th graders off to a good start. They lead at 12-4. We've played one quarter of basketball, and you're watching 8th grade basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools television.
I recycle and refurbish old computers to help preserve our environment. I got involved.
I boosted tourism in my farm community by painting 55 barn quilts. I got involved.
I enjoy gardening and love delivering a fresh supply of produce and flowers to a local shelter. I got involved.
Young volunteers have a winning spirit that we think is worth celebrating. Middle and high school students, ask your school principal about applying for a Prudential Spirit of Community Award.
Volunteer.
And welcome back to Longfellow Middle School. Start of the second quarter, Rob Polinsky along with Ron Bacalar as we bring you the 8th grade game between the Whittier Middle School and the host Longfellow here in Lorain. A.J. Craighead with a bounce pass. Goes off the feet of his teammate, and it's stolen away by Longfellow. We'll get you the players here to start the second quarter. That's Malcolm Campbell with the ball. He passes to Giovanni Santiago. Now with the basketball is Jerome Golson. Nice give and go to Santiago. He laid it up and in. So Giovanni Santiago has all 6 of the points for Longfellow. They trail 12-6. Michael Davila with a bounce pass for Brandon Davis. Got it to A.J. Craighead. Craighead traveled. Well, I guess they're going to call a foul. I thought Craighead might have traveled, but we've got into the ball game for the second quarter, Craighead as well as Davila and Brandon Davis, being joined now by Manny Dominguez, as well as a new player checking in is Marcel Geis. Free throw up and in by Craighead, his second point of the evening. 13-6 with 5:10 to go in the first half. Second free throw, rimmed it out, rebound, Golson. Golson gets the ball to Santiago. Reggie Williams also out there. Left wing 3 is up by Malcolm Campbell, no good. Saved from going out of bounds by Quentin Casey. A good job by Quentin keeping that ball alive, but it's stolen away by Davila. Davila's going to lay it up and in. Michael Davila showing some real speed there. He has 7, and it's 15-6. He's the leading scorer in the ball game. 4:35 to play in the first half of this 8th grade basketball game. Long shot, that high arcer by Jerome Golson, no good. Malcolm Campbell with the basketball, then he lost it. Davis gets it ahead to Craighead, and A.J. Craighead lays it up and in. A.J. with 4, and we're going to get a timeout for Longfellow. Coach Vaughn Jones with the timeout with 4:20 to go in the first half, and his team down 17-6. Again, we want to remind you while we have a second that the tournament is right around the corner for boys and girls varsity basketball. WLCS TV 20 will be the home for Lorain Admiral King and Southview, both boys and girls in the tournaments. The Division I girls tournament is at Medina High School. Division I at boys, of course, is at Midview, as it has been for several years now. And also, if I can give ourselves a free plug, AM 930 WEOL will be your radio home for tournament basketball. As many games as we can do in Lorain County. We'll have 9 the first week of the boys tournament, a couple girls games. We've got 11 games just in the first week itself. So when you're not watching WLCS TV 20, you want to listen to the ball games live, AM 930 WEOL is your radio home for the boys and girls tournaments for basketball. Tim Alcorn and I will both be drinking lots of tea with honey to try to save our voices in the month of February. Giovanni Santiago will drive and gets the ball knocked out of his hands and out of bounds. Ron, you know what I'm talking about. You probably
absolutely.
That's an old
And
Joe
I need
Tate
to
trick
ask,
with that tea and honey.
what is your favorite tea?
My favorite team?
Tea.
Oh, it's the only time I drink tea is this time of year.
Oh.
And I just whatever's hot that I can pour the honey into.
I'm a green tea fan.
Oh, are you?
Yep.
I'm a coffee guy myself, but this tea gets me through the tournament. On the right wing, Whittier with the basketball. They're up 17-6. Nice drive to the basket, laying it up, missing the shot. was Anthony Fears, and a rebound gets cleared ahead to Longfellow. As Giovanni Santiago with the multicolored socks out there. Matches purple and gold of the uniform. He'll drive in, clears some space, puts it up and in. Well, it's Whittier 17 and Santiago 8. Santiago has all 8 of Longfellow's points. Nice looking little guard out there, Giovanni.
Yes, he is.
Quick, very quick.
Very impressed with him last week.
He was pushed on his way in.
And as you indicated too, Longfellow and General Johnny Wilson feed to Lorain Admiral King. Whittier feeds to Southview. The vast majority of Longfellow's students and players go to King. Okay. So it's good for Southview to see the fine job that the Warriors are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Andy Bastock is I'm sure some of these young guys in a year or two will be helping out his varsity program. Fears at the line for 2. First free throw up and in. For Anthony, he has 5 points. Makes it 18-8 with 3:03 to go in the first half. His 8th grade game going much slower than the first game, the 7th grade game did. Fears again, boy, good form by Anthony Fears, drilled both of them. Makes it 19-8. Santiago with the basketball. Bounce pass inside. Driving to the basket, laying it up was Golson, too strong. And a rebound comes down to Whittier's Brandon Davis. And he'll get it ahead to Marcel Geis. Around the perimeter, Fears, a baseline 3, and he hit it. Fears drills a long one. And makes it 22-8. Whittier out in front with 2.5 minutes to go in the half. Malcolm Campbell, left side jumper, no good. It goes out of bounds, and it will be out of bounds to Longfellow. Santiago to inbound. Inbound to Campbell. Campbell at the foul line, double dribbled. Santiago's not bashful for asking for that basketball. You might be able to hear him clap his hands out there. Everybody always thinks they're open. You know, I never met a basketball player who didn't think, give me the ball, I'm open.
Absolutely.
A.J. Craighead with the ball. Bounce pass to Fears, back inside for Craighead. Saved it from going out of bounds. And driving in is Brandon Davis, put it up and in. Also out there now, Eli Shepard into the ball game. Driving is Kovacs. Kovacs in the lane, threw it up, no good. Rebound Shepard. So Eli with the rebound, and he'll get it ahead to A.J. Craighead as we go to 1:43 to go in the half. Fears will drive in, put it up, no good. Davis went for the rebound, got it, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound. Coming into the ball game for Longfellow, we have Denzel West, who's back in. West will come in for Quentin Casey. Clock is stopped with 1:35 to go in the first half. We have a 1-and-1 for Brandon Davis. Davis banks in the free throw. He has 3. Brandon Davis, future goal, he wants to play college basketball. His favorite pastime is talking on the phone. His favorite subject is math. So Brandon Davis misses the second free throw, jump ball, and Whittier will keep possession.
That's normally a female's favorite thing to do.
I think all the kids are on the cell phones today. Hopefully Brandon's not using all the minutes, you know. I wouldn't want to get that bill.
And one thing I'll never understand, Rob, why they text message, taking the time and effort to do that.
Layup is up and in. Some things we're not supposed to understand. Fears has 11. Pass on the left side. Shot goes up, no good. That shot was missed by Denzel West. Now driving as A.J. Craig had missed the shot. The return by Fears off the rim and in. Anthony Fears with 13, and it's 29-8 as we get down to a minute to go in the first half. Kovacs on the right wing tries to drive in. Fears cuts him off defensively, and we're going to get a 3-second call as the pass to David Cato. Cato was in the lane, but he was in there too long. And with 58 seconds to go in the half, Whittier to inbound. Dribbling the ball is A.J. Craighead. Left wing to Eli Shepard. Eli hands it off to Marcel Geis. Around the perimeter they work it. 40 seconds to go in half. Inside shot goes up by Fears. No, but he was fouled. So this Whittier 8th grade team running a nice offense there that time, Ron. Showed some patience and then got the ball inside the Fears, and he went up strong.
Did you get Whittier's record coming into this game?
Didn't get either one of them. Nope.
Well, I know Longfellow has yet to win a game. They were 0-3, both 7th and 8th grade after last week's games against General Johnny Wilson. 0-2 going in, 0-3 coming out.
First free throw by Fears is no good. Fears again, off the back of the rim, no good. On the rebound is David Cato for Longfellow. Got it to Kovacs. Kovacs inside. Now that pass goes to Denzel West. The jumper around the rim and it fell off. Rebound Eli Shepard. Whittier basketball with 25 seconds to go until halftime. They lead comfortably 29-8. Right wing three goes up. The shot no good. Knocked out to Santiago. That was Andre Washington coming in and taking that shot. Santiago with his pass to Denzel West. West off the glass and rim, no good. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. They save it ahead. Marcel Geis with the steal, and that will do it for one half of basketball. Our halftime score, it's the Whittier 8th grade 29 and the Longfellow 8th graders 8. Again, you're watching junior high basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. And we'll be back with the start of the third quarter after this timeout.
No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today. No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today. No, Katie won't be at ballet. She's sick today.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, look for a pattern.
She's sick today.
It could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
And the start of the third quarter, evidently there was a technical foul assessed to Whittier, and shooting the technical free throws, Giovanni Santiago. Don't know what that's about, but Santiago, who had all 8 points for Longfellow in the first half, misses both free throws. For Whittier, they had Brandon Davis with 3, A.J. Craighead with 4, Michael Davila with 7. Anthony Fears led everybody with 13, and it was Jason Rodriguez with 2. So 29-8, start of the third quarter. Longfellow with a basketball, high arcing shot, no good, and on the foul, or on the rebound, will get an offensive foul. For Longfellow, they'll go with Santiago. Also, we have out there Kovacs and Paul Uhas. And also in the ball game right now, Jerome Golson and Denzel West. Pressure in the backcourt. Whittier's able to break the press, bounce pass, and stolen away by West. He'll get it ahead to Uhas. Uhas with the basketball, spinning in the lane, kicking it back out for Santiago. Santiago with a bounce pass to Andrew Kovacs. Now he gets it to Denzel West, back to Santiago, measures the jumper, missed it. On the rebound, we'll have Golson put it up, no good. And then able to get the rebound to Santiago. A bounce pass for West is knocked out of bounds. Whittier to start the third quarter will go with Davis, Craighead, Davila, Fears. And we also have out there Jason Rodriguez. Their original starting 5 is on the floor. Paul Uhas dribbling with it, gets it to Andrew Kovacs. Back outside to Santiago. Santiago at the foul line, drives and scooped it up. Nope. Rebound Golson back inside, tipped away, no good. And that's Michael Davila clearing ahead to his teammate A.J. Craighead. Craighead, nice drive, separated and put it in. A.J. Craighead with 6. 31-8 with 4:45 to go in the third quarter. Golson with the basketball. Golson has knocked away by Rodriguez. There's a steal. Davila with the basketball. His long pass to Fears. Fears inside. Pass got knocked away. Nice no-look pass from Davila. Shot no good. And a rebound. Uhas got it to Kovacs. Here comes Longfellow. Longfellow still looking for their first points today from somebody besides Giovanni Santiago. Shot gets partially blocked, and here comes Whittier. Long outlet to Craighead. Nice play, and he laid it up and in. Beautiful feed on that play, and it's 33-8 as Whittier has a big, big lead here. Santiago driving in to the hole, and he is going to be fouled by Brandon Davis. And Giovanni Santiago to the line for 2. Again, you're watching 8th grade basketball today on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Rob Polinsky being joined today by Ron Bacalar as Joe Bach filmed the 7th grade game and helped out. And he had to head over to Admiral King to do their final regular season game of the year tonight in girls basketball. So appreciate Ron coming over here and filming the 8th grade game and also helping out with color commentary.
My wife gave me permission to come.
Well, you're a smart man asking permission. That's why you're
49 years.
You get that
married
figured
to
out.
the same woman.
Giovanni Santiago makes both free throws. He has all 10 points for Longfellow. They trail 34-10. Even though we show 34-9 on the scoreboard, he did make both foul shots. Santiago with the basketball. And we're going to get a blocking foul. Stops the clock with 3.5 minutes to go in the third. Evidently, we're having a discussion at the scorer's table. .324 to go in the third quarter. They're showing the scores 31-10. I had 33-10, but that doesn't really much matter. Santiago with the basketball, had it knocked away and stolen. Here's the pass to Davila. Davila lays it up and in. Boy, Davila is very, very quick. 33-10. Santiago double team, had it stolen away. Long lead pass for Davila. Davila all alone under the hoop, laid it up and in. So Whittier clearly out in front here, 35-10. Santiago dribbling in. Santiago with a tough shot. That's an air ball short. Long outlet out to Craighead. Craighead runs it down. Got it to Fears, and Fears will be fouled on the floor. Stops the clock with 2:43 to go in the third quarter. Checking into the ball game for Whittier, the 8th grade team. We have Eli Shepard, who we saw in the first half, and Joshua Molina coming in. With this comfortable lead, you would expect Whittier to substitute pretty freely for the rest of the ball game. Davila double teamed, getting rid of it. It goes out of bounds. Whittier will keep possession. Inbounds Craighead, hands it off to Davila. Back to Craighead on the three-point line. Bounce pass is going to be intercepted and stolen away. Good defense that time by Jerome Golson. Santiago on the right wing gets it back by the midcourt stripe. Giovanni looking for a teammate, gets to Malcolm Campbell. Around the perimeter, the bounce pass is stolen away. Diablo with the ball, and then he had it knocked away from him by Campbell. Santiago with a long outlet, and it goes too far as he was trying to find Malcolm Campbell in the corner. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And for Whittier into the ball game now, Christian Nagaris. Nagaris into the ball game. There's a jump shot, a three-pointer. It's up and in. Davila hit it. Boy, he's got 14. 38-10. Longfellow on the short end here. Golson with a jumper. It's up and in. And Jerome Golson is the first player for Longfellow besides Santiago to score. It took us till 1:25 to go in the third quarter to accomplish that. Good job by Jerome on that jump shot. We're going to whistle on a foul and a substitution. Manny Dominguez coming back in for Whittier. He saw action in the first half. Again, you're watching 8th grade basketball on WLCS TV 20. We're at the Longfellow Middle School in Lorain as they entertain the Whittier Warriors. And so far in the 7th and 8th grade games, Whittier won the 7th grade game, and they're on their way to winning this 8th grade game today. Pass is going to be intercepted. There's a steal driving to the basket, and we're going to get a foul on Davila as driving to the basket was David Cato. And we're going to get a substitution coming in. Colin Bryant in for Longfellow as he will give Malcolm Campbell a breather. With 1:13 to go in the third. They're going to get it inside to Golson. Golson put it up, no good. And the rebound is Dominguez for Whittier. In the backcourt, Davila has it. Davila across midcourt. Driving to the basket, putting it up. No is Andre Washington, but he drew a foul. He'll go to the line for 2 with 57 seconds to play in this third quarter. 8th grade game taking much, much longer than the 7th grade game did. It's because you're filming it, Ron.
No doubt.
Joe's making you work hard. Washington's free throw, no good.
Since I was not here for the entire 7th grade game, are there more fouls being called in this game?
Much more.
Well, that always stops the clock.
Washington will try to make 1 out of 2. He does. So Andre gets his first point.
And we're going to have a lane violation, so they're waving that point off.
Okay, take that off. Thanks, Ron. I was marking my sheet. I didn't see that. So take the point off the board. It leaves it at 38-12. Santiago into the forecourt to Colin Bryant. Bryant back to Santiago. In between the circles, left wing Bryant. Bryant for 3. Air ball long. And a rebound is fought for. And it comes away to Whittier. And a pass is going to get knocked at half court and saved from going out of bounds. Great job by Jerome Golson. Got it to Santiago, back inside to Golson. Golson put it up and missed it. And on the rebound, it's knocked away to Longfellow with 25 seconds to play in the quarter. Colin Bryant to inbound, does so. Shot goes up off the glass and rim, no good. And that is Rayshawn Smith. The return is up and in by David Cato. David Cato gets his first 2 points, and it's 38-14, 10 seconds to play in the third. Craighead with the basketball on the drive. Craighead put it up, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Craighead doesn't get the shot off, and we've played 3 quarters. After 3, it is Whittier 8th grade 38 and the Longfellow 8th grade 14. We'll be back with the fourth quarter on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
I'm Bob Costas, and I've been broadcasting sports for a long time. Much of what I do is ad-libbed, but still one of the most important aspects of my job is being able to write. Narrations, essays, commentaries. It's essential to express those thoughts and concepts clearly and concisely. Good writing is essential for almost any career. And with today's advanced technology, the National Commission on Writing reports that the need to write well has never been more important. Writing is everybody's business.
On the inbounds pass, we're going to get a travel as trying to go up with a layup was Quentin Casey. We're going to get a substitution into the ball game for Whittier. That's Trevon Tucker coming into the ball game for Manny Dominguez. Tucker into the game for the first time. 5:58 to go in this one. Boy, Whittier out in front, 38-14. Andre Washington in the backcourt trying to break the press. They do so. Gets it to Joshua Molina. Now back to A.J. Craighead. Whittier, 8th grade. Andre Washington with the basketball, looking for a teammate. Pass is knocked away, and it comes down to Craighead. A.J. Craighead will run the offense, and we're going to get a 3-second call against Whittier, and the turnover will give the ball to Longfellow. So here comes Giovanni Santiago. He has 10 of his team's 14 points. He'll measure a long three and take it. It's off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound is dug out there by Eli Shepard. Long outlet, nice bounce pass back to Shepard, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul. As on that bounce pass, I believe that was Joshua Molina doing a good job. Again, WLCS TV Channel 20, Joe Bach and his crew with Ron Bacalar and company. They will be doing all of the Lorain Southview and Admiral King boys and girls tournament games. And those begin this Saturday night with Southview and Worcester. That game at Medina. Stay tuned to WLCS TV 20. I'm sure Joe Bach will have the listings for all those game times coming up. A busy, busy month for everybody involved. Shot goes up, no good. A Longfellow with the rebound, and that was Quentin Casey on that rebound. He'll get it ahead to Colin Bryant. Bryant inside, shot goes up off the glass and in by Rayshawn Smith. Rayshawn Smith with his first points of the ball game. 38-16, Whittier out in front. Pressure in the backcourt. And Rayshawn knocked it out of bounds. It will be Whittier basketball. 4:42 remaining. A.J. Craighead to trigger the offense. Gets it to Eli, back to A.J. Missed the layup. The return is up, partially blocked. We're going to get a foul. So we'll have Trevon Tucker at the line for two for Whittier. And checking in for Whittier is Marcel Geis.
Well, just a point of information, Rob, the TV 20 crew that will be involved with any telecasts of tournament games will involve Joe Bach, of course, Jay Ferguson with the play-by-play, and Bob Braskich, retired teacher and former freshman basketball coach under Mitch Gillum, doing the color commentary.
Good. So I'm sure you guys will all be looking forward to that, everybody that lives in Lorain and watches the games. Tucker made the first free throw and missed that one long. Got his own rebound. Tucker again looking. He'll get it out to Marcel Geis. Geis with the basketball. Geis with 4:25 remaining. Around the perimeter they work it. Pass went off Andre Washington and out of bounds to the Longhorns. And Ron, I hope the people of Lorain appreciate what you guys have here with the station and what they're able to do with the Lorain City Schools. A lot of other communities, I'm sure, would like to have it, don't have it. They don't do anywhere near what Lorain City Schools television does. 3-point field goal is up by Santiago, no good. And the Longhorns get their own rebound. Santiago drive it in, laid it up and in. Giovanni with a dozen. 39-18, his team trailing. Under 4 minutes to go. There's a long lob for Tucker. Tucker at the foul line. Pass knocked away. Comes down to Eli Shepard. Shepard lost it to Santiago. Santiago trying to drive in, put it up, no, and a blocking foul. Santiago a lot out of control there, but gets bailed out by the foul call on Joshua Molina. Giovanni says his favorite subject is science. Favorite athlete, Allen Iverson. He enjoys basketball, and his favorite pastime is running. Well, you can tell that by the way he runs up and down the court, and he wants to be an NBA star. Who knows? They got to come from somewhere. Free throw up.
Absolutely.
Rimmed it out.
I've been involved with TV 20 sports for over a decade now, Rob, and it's amazing to me the recognition, like being at the Midway Mall and people coming up and saying, aren't you the one? I've seen you. It's amazing.
Is that what they're asking you about, or they're asking about something else?
Just asking if I'm the one.
Well, I know, but maybe they're asking, maybe they think you owe money or something.
Oh, no. Fortunately. No one's even asked for a loan, not that I have it to give.
What's that Ron Bacalar autograph going for these days? You getting 10, 20 bucks?
Zero.
Santiago with the basketball for Longfellow. His team trails 39-18. Right wing shot goes up, no good. Rebound, Uhas put it up, no. And Whittier will get the rebound. That's Andre Washington with the basketball.
I used to sign autographs when I worked in Cleveland in radio.
I could see that. Driving in. They'll kick it back out to Washington. Washington at the foul line. Shot up, and then we're going to get a whistle and a 3-second call against Whittier. I'll have to talk to you about your old radio days someday, Ron. I'd like to get some of those stories. I knew some of the characters and listened to some of those characters you worked with back in the day. Santiago put it up, no, and he was fouled.
Greatest story I have, Rob, is when I was at WERE. I started there a month after People Power came into existence with Gary D. And one time I had to go into a studio to do a newscast. Howie Lund was the on-air personality, filled with absolutely naked people.
Absolutely what?
Naked.
Oh, okay. Wow.
They were talking about inhibitions, and someone brought up the idea of when you're naked, you don't have anything to hide. You cast aside all your inhibitions, and just like that, everyone in the studio, including Howie, took off their clothes, even their socks.
Santiago at the line. Missed them both. Boy, there's a lot of jokes there. I'm not going there.
Dave Patterson of Channel 5 was in the building, and he came up, wanted to shoot some video, and they had the cameraman take his clothes off before they would allow him in the studio.
Santiago was fouled. He'll go back to the line for 2.
And knowing I had to go in there to do a newscast, I went to the general manager and said, Paul, there's no way. He says, I understand, just go in there.
First free throw, no good by Santiago. 2:53 remaining, 39-18. Whittier out in front of Longfellow in his 8th grade basketball game. Santiago split the pair for Giovanni. He now has 13 points, 5 of them in the second half. He has 13 of his team's 19. They'll clear it ahead. Nice bounce pass for Tucker. That's intercepted. And then thrown out of bounds. It will be Whittier basketball. We have wholesale substitutions in there. Dejan Fleming into the ball game for Whittier. And checking in for Longfellow is Josh Coleman. That's Dejan Fleming with the basketball right now. Fleming with a pass on the left side from Marcel Geis. Geis looking, got it back to Fleming. Fleming looking for a teammate, had it poked away by Colin Bryant. Bryant out hustled him for the ball. Bryant tries to save it from going out of bounds, but he can't. And it will be Whittier basketball with 2:21 to go. Geis in the backcourt trying to beat the pressure to Andre Washington. Back to Geis. Geis with a bounce pass for Washington. They get it across the timeline and beat the 10-second violation. So they avoid that, and then we're going to get a foul as they got the ball to Tucker. And on the pass, it looks like Andre Washington was fouled. So again, special thanks to Joe Bach today and Ron Bacalar for coming out and doing the film work for the 7th and 8th grade basketball. Glad to be a part of it here on WLCS TV. You see Washington bend the knees there. Good form, put it up and in. So for Andre, that's his first point. He made a free throw earlier and had it taken away on a lane violation. Then Andre makes both of them, so he has 2. Makes it a 41-19 game as we get under 2 minutes to play in this 8th grade basketball game. Driving in is Bryant. Bryant saved it from going out of bounds, so he got hurt. Bryant shaken up, but he gets up. Driving in, laying it up in, and a foul. And making that basket is Reggie Williams, his first 2. He'll look for 3 at the charity stripe with 1:46 to go. And hopefully Bryant's okay. Looks like he's shaking it off out there. Might have just hit his elbow a little funny.
All the Bryants are tough, Rob. They're tough people.
He'll come out. Santiago checks back in. And Coach Vaughn Jones asking him if he's all right. Missed the free throw and air ball, and that will give the ball back to Whittier. Santiago got a steal off the press. They work it around the perimeter. A long 3 by Reggie Williams is no good. Denzel West with the rebound off the glass and in.
Nice shot.
Yep, Denzel West with his first 2. 41-23, minute 25. Santiago got a steal. And the pass gets knocked out of bounds. Longfellow to inbound with 1:22 to go. And for whatever reason, Whittier decides to take a timeout. With 1:22 to go, they lead at 41-23. And maybe Coach wants to work on this press break because they've had a couple of turnovers in a row. It's really about the only thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, no doubt, Rob. He was quite unhappy with the fact that Longfellow had those successive steals.
Again, we've both teams letting us know who some of their favorite athletes are and so forth. We'll let you know, run down Longfellow's. Colin Bryant is LeBron James. Santiago is a fan of Iverson. Josh Coleman, big fan of Barry Sanders. Boy, what a football player he was. Malcolm Campbell is a Kobe Bryant fan. Andrew Kovacs likes Brady Quinn. Paul Uhas, LeBron James. David Cato, Jerome Golson say they have no favorite. Rayshawn Smith, boy, he's old school, likes Wilt Chamberlain. Quentin Casey, LeBron James. Donovan Colvin likes LaDainian Tomlinson. Denzel West is a Randy Moss fan, and Reggie Williams also likes LT, LaDainian Tomlinson. Santiago to inbound, does so. Working around the perimeter. Santiago gets it, measures the 3, take it, missed it. Rebound West, West back up, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and it comes down to Whittier. With the basketball for Whittier is Marcel Geis. Geis gets it over to Joshua Molina. Molina back out to Geis with 1:08 to go. Geis whipped it over to Molina, and Molina is going to be his travels before he was fouled. So traveling will give the ball back to Longfellow. For Whittier, Davis likes it. Carmelo Anthony, Christian Nagaris like Kevin Durant, A.J. Craighead, Brandon Roy. Driving in, missing the shot, gets tapped up by West, no good, out of bounds. Andre Washington likes Michael Jordan and Ray Allen. Michael Davila liked Allen Iverson. DeJohn Fleming, Dwayne Wade, Anthony Fears, Kevin Durant. Trevin Tucker is a LeBron James fan. Jason Rodriguez, Derek Jeter. Joshua Molina is a Victor Martinez fan. So some of the guys telling you who their favorite athletes are. Appreciate the coaches for putting that together for us and giving us some information on these young people. Molina inside. The runner is off the front of the iron, no good, and the rebound comes down to Longfellow. With the basketball is Josh Coleman. He got it from Rayshawn Smith, who got that carom, to Colin Bryant. Bryant with 25 seconds to go. The jumper is up, no good. And the rebound comes down to Whittier. And the long lob for Andre Washington. Washington, 18 seconds to go, dribbling in, and he is fouled with 16 seconds to go. As soon as we're done, we'll take a timeout. We will then come back and give you a brief recap of this one and run down the scoring and call it a night from Longfellow Middle School. On the inbound, they get it to Washington. Washington, 13 seconds around the perimeter. The three-pointer goes up off the rim, no good. Rebound, Rayshawn Smith. Smith in the backcourt, got it to Josh Coleman. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, back to Colin Bryant. Bryant from beyond half court, let it fly, and it's no good. And the Whittier 8th grade make it a clean sweep as they defeat Longfellow by a score of 41-23. The Whittier 7th graders won as well, 48-22. We'll come back. We'll wrap up the 8th grade broadcast right after this timeout. You're watching WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Go get him, kid. Watch for the blitz.
Pretty silly, huh?
Yep, that's exactly what you do when you take drugs.
It's tough out there. Don't make it tougher with drugs.
And welcome back to Longfellow Middle School as we wrap up our 8th grade broadcast. And today the Longfellow 8th graders fell short to Whittier by a score of 41-23. Scoring by quarters, Whittier led after one, 12-4. They led at halftime 29-8, 38-14 after 3, and they won it 41-23. They also won the 7th grade game you saw earlier this evening by a score of 48-22. Individually for the Whittier Warriors 8th grade ball club, it was Brandon Davis with 3. A.J. Craighead finished with 8. Leading the way was Michael Davila with 14 points. Anthony Fears kicked in with 13, all of those coming in the first half. Jason Rodriguez had 2. Andre Washington with 2, and Trevon Tucker had a point. For the Longfellow Longhorns, they were led by Giovanni Santiago. He had 13, and then 2 points apiece for David Cato, Jerome Golson, Rayshawn Smith, Denzel West, and Reggie Williams. So once again, our final score, it was the 8th graders from Whittier 41 and Longfellow 23.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.
To purchase a high-quality copy of the program you just viewed, please call Lorain City Schools Television at 282-8400.